thank you. When you click on the button of Power BI on your system, okay, it will start with this. It will start loading Power BI for you. Okay. There is the screen you will see. This is what you see for your Power BI desktop. Okay. Okay. Now it will come with pardon my screen. I've done a lot of messages there. So your own is expected to be clean, except if you've been doing it. So you have your open, you have your sign out, options and settings and about. Then you have your general selected data source. Is expecting that if you want to open with a data source, you want to open a blank report, one lead catalog from Azure, you want to open data from Excel, you want to connect to SQL Server, you want to learn with other samples, you want to get data from other source. Okay? These are where below is recommended area of getting data. So this is what you expect to see. But if your screen is not like my own, don't worry. The more you are using Power BI, the more it's going to upgrade itself. So your initial screen may not be like this. Okay? Am I communicating?
Yes.
Okay. So for the starter, I will click on blank reports. When you click on the blank report, it's going to bring you to this place. So get a familiarization with Power BI. Looking at this screen, Looking at this screen, can we flash back to Excel, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word? Is there anything that looks familiar to us on this screen? Please, I want participation. I want participation.
Diagrams? Like the logos for each.
Logos? Look very well now. Look at your Excel, look at your Word, look at PowerPoint. What can you see? Can you compare them?
It says import.
Come again?
It says to import the data.
Import the data. Who is talking to me? Let me hear. Who is that?
It's Retendo.
Retendo. How many of us use Excel very well? How many of us use Word, PowerPoint? How many of us? Nearly all of us. What can you say? What can you say about the first? Can you see my mouse? What can you say about that? What can you say about that? Don't you see something like that in your Word or Excel? Title bar.
Oh, yeah.
On the title bar, you have your shortcut, save. Undo. You have your redo, undo. You have the name, the title of the application, you have search. On the other side, you have the user that connects. You have your minimize, expansion, and close. It's the same thing like that in your Word and Excel. And below it, you have your menu bar. On the left-hand side, you have your file, your home, your insert, your modeling, your view, your optimize, your help. Am I correct? You have something like this in your Word, in your Excel. And on the right-hand side for Power BI, is telling you I can share. Okay? Good. If you still remember that. Below the menu bar, what is the name of these things that we are looking at? Everybody should know this bar. Somebody that has used Word, Excel, PowerPoint should be able to tell me what is this bar all about. Who's talking to me? Toolbar. Is it toolbar or ribbon bar? Which one is the standard name?
Taskbar.
Come again. Feel free, please. There is no ignorant in this class. Express your mind. You are here to learn.
Taskbar.
Come again?
He said taskbar.
No, it can't be taskbar. If you call that one taskbar, look at my mouse. What will you call this one? Can you see my mouse?
Yes.
So what's this?
We don't know what it's called.
This is taskbar below. Okay? Taskbar is below. What you are looking at immediately after your menu is your ribbon bar. Okay? Ribbon bar or toolbars in a primary way of saying it. But the actual technical name for it is ribbon bar. And your ribbon bar, what can you, even though you don't remember the name, what are the characteristics you can remember of this ribbon bar? Hello?
Use it to update, edit, and would that be an answer?
You are on the way, you are trying, but it's not a perfect answer, but you are trying. Remember that when you... Operation, no. When you click on the menu, if you click on the menu, everything on that below changes. Can you see them? When you are on the home, this is what you see, okay? And these are tools for working with your, when you have your copy and paste, you have your keyboard on, is because there is nothing on the screen, that's why it's grayed out. Now, next to it, you have your data. Look at, this thing is divided into compartments. Look at it very well. You have your keyboard, the first compartment. Can you see that? There's a line demarcating the keyboard. That's for your copy, for your cut, for your paste, for your format painter. That's all you have in your keyboard. That is how to manage the memory of the system when you have an item there. Am I communicating there? Both Word, Excel, and Power BI and PowerPoint have that facility. Next to it, you have the compartment of data. Because of Power BI is all about managing data. Okay? And what can you do about data? You have get data, that is, locate where is the source of the information I want to analyze. And it now went ahead and said, okay, even though if you don't know, I know of Excel. Excel is a source of data. That's why I display it there. Okay, he's talking about one-day catalog. He's talking about SQL Server. It's called about enter data. This if you want to enter a blank data, you want to gather data fresh, data vars. Then he's talking about recent source that you open for data. That is that your data block. Can you see that your data has been demarcated, right? Watch out. The block of the data is demarcated. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Okay. Next to it is query. Query and refresh. Query is talking about how you walk around your data. And there is one embedded powerful tool of Power BI called Power Query. Power Query is being controlled here. You can see the compartment. You can see that you can transform your data. Transformation of your data means you can make changes to your data. Okay? You can make your data presentable. Okay? You can format your data. That's the purpose of transform data. Then you can refresh. This refresh, you need it when you are working, when you are making changes to your underlying data. You refresh so that you upload the new or current data that comes to your system. Am I communicating there? Am I communicating?
Yes.
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 Good. Next to this is, next to your query is insert. Insert is talking about how to put more information. You have your new visual, you have your text box, you have your more visual. Okay? These are ad hoc way of adding data to your Power BI. The next to it is calculation. Okay? You have your new visual calculation, new measure, quick measure. Okay? You will see all this when we come to DAX calculation. Then, next to it is sensitivity. Know how your Power BI is sensitive. It's live. Then, next to it is publish. when you finish all your design, you publish to Power BI service, okay? And preparation of data for AI. Anyway, the last one, Copilot. These are artificial intelligence embedded in it. Don't worry yourself at this stage, okay? That's your ribbon bar. That's a home. That's a home for you. A SAT. That's a SAT. These are your tools under a SAT. You have a visual. You know, you can see both. You can see visual under home, right? You can see your visual. Okay. Under home, you also have it under insert. Next to it is your AI visual. Don't worry about that. You know, you have your paginated report, Power Pack, Power Automate. Then finally, you have your text, body shapes, image. The whole of these two that you have there is to design your Power BI reports. Okay? When you come to modeling, these are the information. So as you are at your leisure time, click on the menu bar and see what comes out of it. Then you have your view, okay? You have your optimize, okay? I don't want to bug you by definition of all these. As you progresses, you understand them. But one key thing I will tell you, as you are working on a different object, your menu bar is content sensitive. It responds to the content that you are working with. Am I communicating there?
Yes.
So when you are working,
Yeah.
your content follow your toolbar depends on the content you are working on. Okay, that's about generality of that. Below the ribbon bar, as I mentioned, there is a wide area left to right. If I start from the right, I have your data pane. Okay, when you bring your data to Power BI, it's going to list all your tables there. Data. Am I communicating? Okay. Next to it is your visualization. Visualization is telling story of your data using diagram. Okay. Tomorrow now, if I measure the height of, maybe in economics class, I measure the height of the tall girl, the young girl, I measure their height and cool like that. Okay. That information is, and I want to show it diagrammatically. So I will use visualization to do it. Okay. Visualization, I use it to do it. Okay. But then I needed to show us something. Good. Look under this of visualization. Okay. And I told you it contains items to draw your chart and graph and code. But look below your visualization. We are doing familiarization tour because by the time we continue class, I will simply be going there. I will not be touching them. Is that okay for all of us? Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So when you look directly under your visualization, you see build. Build. This build visual is telling you these are the tools that you can work with. Okay? Build visual. Okay? So, and when you look at the button below, again, the button on your screen might not likely be up to this or might be bigger, depends on who has used it before. Okay? But all I know is I'm going to teach you in a way that you understand. So now, for your visualization, look at the items below it. Okay? If you point to the first item, what did you read?
Bar chart.
Come again. If I point to first item, what's it?
Stacked bar chart.
Stack bar chart. Thank you. Okay. When I point to the next one, somebody should answer me. Stack column.
Stack column.
Cluster bar charts. Cluster column charts. 100 stack bar charts. okay, 100%, that is, they are all equal. The 100% column chart is going to divide even all along. This is your line chart, area chart, stack area chart. You can point to each of those. You must learn these items one by one. Because by the time you get to the lab, I will not go to tell you, I will just tell you, bring matrix, bring table, bring card, of which I expect you to have, gather some information to work with and to run smoothly. Is that clear?
Yes.
Hello, is that good? I may not understand your visualization, be visual. Below it, there is a value. Our data fills air, drill down. So they are expected also fill in the gaps here, but then nothing new. Okay? Now, when you are through with the visualization, the next thing is the second. There must be a button here that, okay, we have a button here, and the button is no, format visual, this second button. Okay, the reason why they are not really active is because there is nothing on the canvas here, which I will show you. Okay, let me come back. Can you see the white big area?
Yeah.
Can you see the white big area on our screen?
Yes.
Did you see something like that in the Excel?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yes.
What a very cool. Look at behold, what am I trying to drive at? When you come to your screen, the whole of this, can you see my mouse? The whole of this white environment, they are your Power BI. They are your tools that you can interact with. They are free. Okay? Good. Having understand that, you come to the left-hand side of the cradle. Oh. Okay. So now this large white area is what you call canvas. Canvas. Is anybody listening to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Canvas. Okay. Canvas. Who is answering me? Who's talking to me? Okay. So any other thing to know here? Then on the left-hand side, you have two buttons there. You have one on top, one below. Those two buttons, they are meant to on and off. Those two buttons are meant to do two things for you. First one, so that's for your fortunately report view has not shown. What's this? Total view. Okay, so now you do all your design in canvas area, this white area that has add data to your C report. Once loaded, your data will appear in the data pane. Once you load it, it's going to appear in the same page. Good. Any question?
Oh, it's for you. Yeah, when I got
Well, guys, it's 10 o'clock. Dada, see me.
Hello? Yeah, anything for us? Hello? Okay. So on the canvas, we design all our reports. You will see them in action. So quickly, so I cannot run through my get started. It runs in Power BI is a collection of software, services, apps, and connectors. So I want us to relate that with this. Okay. See, these are all the tools. These are the area for you to design your Power BI with all those information gathered and stay together. Good. Any question?
No, it makes sense.
Well, question from me, Ebenezer, sorry.
Please go ahead. So when you come to your task bar, you click on your Power BI, which may be on your desktop before, okay? And I told you it's going to show you this. Are you familiar with this, okay? So now, having done this, and I said, because we are starting afresh, if I have an existing file, I'll simply click on open. But I have a node file, existing file, which is also
we can only see your
Oh, sorry, let me stop sharing here.
Yeah, we can see your
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now? Thank you. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
So when you start your Power BI, this is what it's going to come up with.
Okay, this is what I was telling you I had, yeah.
Yeah. This is what you're going to see. Okay. Now that we've seen it, one, if you have an information before you click on open, this. If you don't have anything before and you are just trailing, you can just give any answer to anybody to move away from your side. Okay? It will be very difficult for you are just have to learn this thing and do it by heart. Okay? Good. Now, and I said, if you are now opening a new file, so you simply come to home. Okay? So now, but if you have an existing file that you work on, you click on open. Now, if so desire, then you can do it, but I want to pick blank report. Okay? So that takes me to the end of introduction to Power BI. Any question?
No.
Okay.
Good. You said,
yeah.
This is the collection of software, connectors.
You are very cracking. Can you find a way? I'm trying to.
The screen share to also us that Power BI is a collection of software, apps, having connectors. Can you please give us an example of some of those things? The software, the app, the connector, the example of each.
Is it me? I'm struggling to hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Anyway.
Prince, maybe are you using a headphone or you're on speaker? We can barely hear you at all, please.
It's true. Can you hear me clearly now?
If you could do better, it's a bit clearer, but still not good enough.
I'm using a headphone, but can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Please, you said Power BI is a collection of software, service, apps, and connectors.
Yeah.
Can you please give us example of each of those connectors, apps, software, and service, example of each of them that are used there? Thank you.
Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Good. Okay. This is what you are talking about. Okay. When you see your Power BI, the bigger screen below is talking about Power BI desktop. Next to it on the left-hand side, right-hand side is talking about the visualization, data pane, etc. Okay? Then, and I told you that your Power BI has a cloud integration. So when you finish an item, you upload to this cloud. That's as published to the Power BI service. And you have to, and every other thing you want to do, then you now talk about the mobile. You can send your report to mobile or some directors. Okay? So that is what's obtainable. Any question? Okay. 1 minute, let me just ease myself. I'll join you. Ask me a question. Have I answered you well? Hello, the person that asked me a question, have I answered you well? This is your Power BI deck. This is your Power BI desktop. What you are seeing on my screen is a Power BI desktop. When we finish whatever you want to finish there, you have your Power BI app. Power BI app. That's click on progress. Click on progress. This, I'm launching a Power BI service. Okay. It's asking me to log in. So where is the code? Let me go back again. It's supposed to do it. Not generating code. I think there's a problem with my authenticator. If I will work on my authenticator, is playing games now. So if my authenticator is okay now, if you give me a code, I will have gone to Power BI service. So I will check. So Power BI services, I work on that and get back to your needs. So that's after you finish whatever you are doing on your Power BI monitor, then you take it to your, you publish it to your Power BI service. So have I answered your question? Can I move on? Hello?
Yes. Oh, it wasn't my
Okay.
question, but
So what's your own question, please?
no question.
So, so below what you see bigger below is your Power BI desktop. The page next to it is your Power BI service. And your phone, your mobile, is the dashboard, the high-end information given to your, what's it called? Given to your executive directors and co like that. So let's move on. Here we are demonstrating the source of information of your Power BI. Okay? You get this information, you connect it to your Power BI desktop. When you finish all your design, can you see the report you see here? You publish to a Power BI service, and from this Power BI service, you create a dashboard that you share with your executive directors. I want to quickly go over, leave the training, leave the theory. Building blocks is talking about what are the things needed to build your Power BI. Okay, so you have your card, you have your pie chart, you have your column charts, you have your line charts, you have your map. These are various things, tools under the visualization I showed you earlier that I used to design your Power BI. You can see varieties of the tools. All these are in that tool, okay? So you will use it to tell a story with your data, okay? So more, I'm showing you more tools. Here is a table. There is a table functionality on your Power BI. You have different form of graphs that as you are progressing, you make use of them. So I've been able to demonstrate big for you all those things needed for your Power BI. Now this is the Power BI service I wanted to launch. Okay, when you finish, you launch the service, you publish it here, and you may want to ask me why the Power BI service. It allows you to share your information for input with other partners that are away from you. Probably, you know, in these our global days now, as we are finishing class, some of us that are in business line, as you are finishing this class, you may have a business meeting in China, you may have a business meeting in New Zealand, you may have a business meeting in Paris, you may have a business meeting in maybe African country, probably you go to Egypt, Ethiopia, you go to Rwanda, Gambia, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, all over the world. Now, when you leave your location and you move far away, is that the end of the conversation you are having with your team? No, they will share the information on Power BI service as long as you subscribe to your office email, so you can log in to your Power BI service and see what we'll be discussing about. Don't worry, I'll be able to show you that properly. Then, finally, any question for me before I ask you a question?
yeah, so you know with the different visualization tools, how do you know which one to choose, or can you choose whatever you want?
That is why you are a data analyst. That is why you are in Power BI class. Have I answered your question? That is why you come to the class. You want to learn
Oh, you're
how
gonna
to
learn more.
identify it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So there's no magic. There's no magic. Okay? Please, when you want to speak to me, identify yourself, because I don't see that our Zoom environment where I can see you talk, and don't always talk. Don't say you are raising hands. I don't see your hands. My screen cover it. Any other question for me? Can I move on? And I don't want silent students.
Yes. You can
I
move on.
don't want silent students. I want to be
Yes,
hearing
move on.
every voices. I don't want silent students. Okay? I want you to challenge what I am teaching you. Ask questions. God bless you. Let me now ask a brief question and close this part. What are the building blocks of Power BI? Can we try? It's not quite long. I explained that too. What are the building blocks? I'm waiting. Nobody is talking to me. Oh. Nobody is talking to me. Oh. What of the
Visualizations.
talk now? Who is talking? Who is answering me?
It's Retendo.
Retendo. Oh yeah, another voice. Oh yeah, another voice. Tell me.
Dashboard.
Dashboard. Okay.
Reports.
What again? Reports. Okay. Good. Anyway, so visualization, data sets, reports, dashboard, and ties. They are the building blocks. Okay, let's move on. What is the common flow of activity in Power BI? Tell me. From the brief I've told you, how do you do things in Power BI? Who can try? Who has idea? Hey, you bring your data to Power BI.
To clean data.
You design you do your modeling.
You create data.
Come again.
You create that reports.
You create your reports.
Publish them.
Then you share them on Power BI service. Then and co like that. That's all. I don't want to waste time until you are moving. My final question. A collection of ready-made visual pre-arranged in dashboard and report is called what? An app. So let's move on. So that takes me to the end of that module. We are coming to the end of the remaining courses. Despite it has theory, I don't teach the theory. I teach it in practical. Okay?
Okay.
So, but don't worry. Let me see one more. So the next thing after that is I'm supposed to explain get data. I will not, because of time, I will jump this. I will come to clean and transform data. I want us to bring in our data before we close today. Can you load your Power BI now? Load your Power BI. I mean, start your Power BI.
Yes, we're starting.
Okay. Let me see if I can lay foundation, get data. Let me run through this, get data. How you prepare to make use of Power BI. Let me see if I can finish this tonight. Then by next class, I will bring in data and I will start our report. Prepare data in Power BI. Okay? Get your data from various data sources, optimize performance, and resolve data errors. Okay? Data analytics and Microsoft. Let's move on. You will learn the following concepts: getting data from various data sources, optimizing performance, resolving data errors. Now, the first step in the data analysis process is identify and getting data. Can you hear that? Like most of us, you work for a company where you are required to build a Microsoft Power BI report. That's what they ask you to do. The data resides in several different databases and files. Underline that comment I'm making. These data repositories are different from each other. Some are in Microsoft SQL Server, some are in Microsoft Excel, but all the data is related. While some are in Oracle, some are in Aurora, some are in virtual environment, etc. like that. Okay? That's why you see I listed sales data, Microsoft SQL Server, what of HR data, Microsoft Excel, what of where you warehouse your data to a database called Cosmo, Finance Azure, Analysis Server Keeps, then sales goals and SharePoint. So these are various ways that your information can come from. And you can see your Microsoft Power. Can you look at the diagram here? Look at your Microsoft Power BI, yellow, inside. Look at all the arrow that comes to it. It's telling you Power Query to take your data to Power BI. Before you can create reports, you must first extract data from the various data sources. Interacting with SQL Server is different from Excel. That is why I demonstrate by installing Excel for you to see how to bring your data to Power BI. So you should learn the nuances of both systems, that is the case of Excel and Microsoft SQL and Excel. After you've learned the particulars of each system, you can use Power Query. Okay, that I mentioned to you earlier, you can use Power Query, the query engine, okay, used by Power BI and Excel to help you clean the data, such as renaming a column. When I say clean your data, underline, take note of what I'm mentioning. Renaming your column, replacing values, removing errors, and combining query results. Hello, class, am I talking to you?
Yes.
Hello, are we together?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I want to be sure you are there, that I'm not talking to myself. So after the data has been cleaned and organized, okay, use your Power Query, you are ready to build reports in Power BI. Finally, you will push your combined data set, all the tables of your information, what you are calling a data set, all the data sets gathered, okay, you will publish your combined data set and report to Power BI service that I wanted to launch earlier for others to see. From there, other people can use your data set and build their own report, or they can use the report that you've already built. They can use your already made results. You can build another report for them to see. Additionally, if someone else built a data set that you would like to use, you can build report from that too. Any of you might build a data set in the nearest future. And I appreciate the concept, the content. I can decide to begin to do my reporting on it. Okay, so this is how I've introduced you to a variety of sources. It's more than these are listed on your screen. It's just sample. By the time we start Power BI, I'll be able to show you 500 or more data source where your information can come from. Hello, am I communicating?
Yes.
Did you
Good.
say as much as 500 sources?
Yes. 500 to 1,000 sources. I will show you. Don't worry, I'll show you when we get there. Okay? So let's move on. I can get data from flat files. Organization often export, instead of leaving those information, there are some organizations, they want their data analyst to touch database. You cannot even go near. So rather than allow you to touch their database, they will extract the information and put on flat files. How many of us have had a CSV file before in this class?
Yes.
Okay. May I say, how many have never heard about CSV file in this class? Eh? Hello?
We've heard it.
Good. So your comma delimited file is your CSV file. So you can export your data from SQL and take it to Microsoft Excel or CSV file. So organizations often export and store data in files. Okay? One possible file format is a flat file. Okay? A flat file that you have in your Excel and in your CSV. Your Excel is a flat file. A flat file is a type that keeps information in rows and columns. A flat file is a type of file that has only one data table and vary according to, okay, it's a type of flat file that has only one data table, okay, like you can see on your screen now. A reseller says that's a flat file that is organized in rows and columns. The file does not contain hierarchies. Likely you are familiar with most common types of flat file, which are comma delimited. CSV file is one, okay? Delimited text files and fixed files, they are all flat files. Another type of file will be the output from files from different applications, like Microsoft Excel Workbook. Power BI desktops allow you to get data from many types. I've just mentioned to you, there are more than 500, close to 1,000. So, one, you are going to determine the location of the file you want to get information from. The first step is to determine which file location that you want to use to export and store your data local, either OneDrive or shared drive. Connect to the data file on the Home tab. Select Get Data in the list that display, select the option that you require of source. When we are demonstrating getting data, you will see this kind of demonstration. Okay? So your file will be, your CSV file, your test file will be in CSV or XML and plain language. So we are to select the data in the file to import. Select the select the checkboxes of the tables that you want to bring to the power. These selection activities, this is what you mean by load and transform your data. Okay? You load and transform your data. Any other question for me?
No.
Another question? Okay, let's move on. So, get data from the relational database. So you can get data from relational database, SQL database. Okay? I'm giving you, if your organization uses a relational database to record, it says, transaction can use Power BI desktop to establish a connection to your organization relational database or Oracle. I can use Power BI to connect to them. Connect Power BI to your database will help you to monitor the progress. Okay? The progress of business identity trends and code like that. Okay? We are to connect to relational database to store, okay? Database store, use get data in Power BI to locate, we see that, and select data to import the optional import data by writing SQL query. All those things we can do in bringing data to SQL. Good. Okay, let me move on time. So look at your screen. These are samples of some of the sources of where your data can come from. Okay, okay, data come from so many. Some organizations don't use a relational database, but instead use a NoSQL database. A NoSQL database is defined into non-SQL. That is, you don't write script or anything. Okay, examples include of cloud, Cosmo, Azure Blob, table storage, MongoDB, etc. Okay, let's move on because of time. Okay. So we get data from varieties of sources. Okay, good. So let's move on. Please, if I'm rushing, just call me back. But I'm explaining to you the various sources where you can get your data. So Azure Analysis Service is an Azure product. Okay. How many of us have heard about Azure cloud computing before? How many?
Me, I've heard about it.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Great. So you have your Azure Analysis Services. Okay? It's an Azure product that allows you to ingest data from multiple data sources, all along like that. And the calculations are done using data analysis. Okay? DAX. We will see it in action a bit, but not much. So let me just move on. Let me move on. Okay. So you can get your data from Microsoft Dataverse. That's another source. You can get your data from Dataflow, as show there. Now, let's have any question for me before I ask you a question. So I explain to you where your data can come from. So these are one of the ways of getting data to Power BI. Either using workflow work. So Dataverse is one of the facility of your Azure, a cloud-based low-code data service and app platform, which allow you to leverage the security connectivity of Microsoft service. Dataverse was built for powerful, scalable solutions. So these are one of the source of getting information to your. Again, this is your data flow. How it moves from a new entities, move to a global option there. Okay. So let's see the question now. Which query language do you use to extract data from Microsoft SQL? Okay. So tell me.
SQL.
SQL. Thank you. SQL. So we can call it SQL, transact SQL. Let me move on. Question 2. You are creating a Power BI report with data from Azure Analysis Service queue. When the data refresh in the queue, you would like to see it immediately in the Power BI report. How should you connect? Okay. I think I omit I think I omitted that part. Let me go and locate it. I omitted that part. How do you connect to your let me a moment. Okay. Call me, I need to check something. Now, let me quickly, to support the daily operations, organizations frequently use a range of software applications such as SharePoint, OneDrive, forget about that. When connecting to data in an application, you will begin the same way as you would when connecting to other source. So you connect to data in an application, select get data. I will show you that later. Then you move on. Then you choose application data and a port. So you can bring it from application data, not necessarily. Okay. Now, so good. To get data from Azure as a service, use your get data feature in Power BI desktop. When you select analysis services, you are prompted for the server. So there is a total connection there. Then you have Connect Live. It's a new option in Azure Analysis Service. Azure Analysis Service use tabular model and that's to build calculations similar to Power BI. But now what it does is that for you to be able to refresh your information, you do Connect Live. Any question? So let's move on.
Did you say Connect Live?
Yes, Connect Live.
Okay.
Okay. So now our question. We've answered question. We've answered the question 1, T square. Question 2. Answer you are creating a Power BI report with data from an Azure Analysis Service cube. When the data refresh in the cube, you would like to see it immediately in the Power BI. So what would they do? How should you connect that when you are refreshing, it's showing you on the screen?
Just I say connect live or what?
Connect Live. Thank you. Let us waste time. Okay, so Connect Live. Let's move on. What can you do to improve performance when you are getting data? When you are getting data in Power BI? Do some calculations in the original data source before, okay? So that you don't come and bog down your Power BI. I will show you when you get there. Optimal performance. Okay, this one is talking about how to make your information more effective. So specify the storage mode of the table and let Power BI determine how to cache data for reports. Set the storage and mode for each order. Okay, you can set storage where your information is coming from, other import, direct query, and cool like that. Okay, good. The most popular way to use data in Power BI is to import it into Power BI. If you don't import it and become a data set, there's no way you can make use of it. Okay? You import data, and when you are importing your data, either you import the table or you do a direct entry by O. So you can import mode, which allows you to bring total information to your system. Then direct query, this one will connect, this one will create a direct connection to the data source. and ensuring your data is not cached so that when they are refreshed, you can see the current data. Then do identify some data to be directly imported. So what we are doing is that even though if my rank is 100, this and that, I will only, at times, the junior one will not permit to do the job, but when they need to escalate, they escalate further to me and move on like that. Fixed performance. Okay, when there is a performance duplicate, something wrong maybe, then you make sure around. Okay, so we can go out and occasionally fix any wrongs in our report and code. So how do you optimize your query performance? So performance in Power Query depends heavily on the performance and the data source, follow performance tuning guidelines of the source product. Sorry, let me change my source of power. Just brought light now. I will join you. We'll so round up. Okay. So when you are optimizing your query, okay, the performance in Power Query depends on the performance on the data source level. The variety of data source that Power Query offers is very wide, and the performance tuning techniques for each source are equally wide. For instance, if you extract data from a Microsoft SQL Server, you should allow the performance tuning guidelines for the product. Good SQL Server performance tuning techniques include indexing creation, hardware upgrades, execution plan, tuning and data compressions. These are data-based administrative activities. What we are trying to establish here is that if the source of your data is not properly organized, maintained, you will have challenge in analyzing it. So these topics are beyond the scope of here. Some part of it, you learn those ones in database management. And I cover only as an example to build familiarity with your data source and reap the benefit when using Power BI and Power Query. So Power Query takes advantages of a good performance at the data source through a technique called query folding. Okay, it takes advantage of that. Let's move on. So query folding, the process that lets Power Query generate a single query statement to retrieve and transform data. Okay, so the query folding within Power Query editor helps you to increase the performance of your Power BI report. Query folding is the process by which the transformation, don't let me stress you because you may not likely do some of all these things in the intern level. So I'm closing down. Question: which storage mode leaves the data at the data source? I think I mentioned that. Which of your data query leave your data at the source? Who's talking to me?
I don't remember that. Oh, Derek. Okay.
Direct query. When you do direct query to your source, it will not bring the data into your Power BI. It will be connected to it directly there. Okay? And there are so many. You are going to do a lot of damage. Some of you in UK, US, those people, they don't allow you to move their data. You leave it where they are. You analyze there and move on.
Is that more like working from the cloud and putting everything back there?
It could be cloud, it could be on premise.
Premise as well. But it wouldn't just your laptop to your device.
No,
I don't get it.
Hold on. Your laptop is just a tool to connect. You have a server, a high-end computer that houses those information. You connect from your laptop and work on those information and leave it there. You don't bring it to your laptop, man. Am I communicating?
I get you now. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. So which technology improves performance by generating a single query statement to retrieve and transform source data? I think we just discussed that. Query folding. So let's waste time. Query folding. Then resolve data errors. All this you will learn on the job. When your source of information disconnects, you may encounter the following errors. Query timeout, couldn't find data formatted as a table, could not find file, data types errors. Okay? Company, okay? These are the various errors you can see when you are working with your data. Okay? What type of import error might leave a column blank? Okay? It's a data type error. So we've covered getting data from various data sources, optimizing performance, resolving data errors. So I'm going to round up this class here. What's the time?
11.
It's 3 minutes to 12.
That is your Nigeria time.
Okay, 11 for you. We'll spend about, thank you, we'll meet next class. We are
Yeah,
through now.
thank you so much. Everybody is saying thank you. You're
Yeah.
You are all welcome. God bless you all.
enjoy this class.
You have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
You too. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
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 Good night, everyone. Take care.